Hey there, Tiffany here with Years of Ears, and it's this day in Disney for June 28th. And today we are going all the way to 1988, the 80s, which were so fun, and with the opening of a resort over at Disney's Magic Kingdom area, the opening of Disney's Grand Floridian Beach Resort. So maybe some of you guys, most of you guys know that this opened in the 80s. It didn't open back in 1971, but I still think we can celebrate its opening with the big celebrations this year with the 50th of Walt Disney World for sure, because there was always hotels that were supposed to go around the Seven Seas Lagoon, only it wasn't going to be themed this way. Actually, this section of the lagoon area where the Grand Floridian now stands was actually going to be an Asian inspired hotel, more like a Thai influenced hotel with that kind of you know, southeastern Asian cuisine and restaurants and design. So that would have been really interesting, and it would have gone along with like Adventureland and so forth, the way the Polynesian does. Now if you think about it, you have the Contemporary, which is more like the Tomorrowland, and it, you know, is a little adjacent, and then you have the Polynesian, which is like Adventureland too, and then the Grand Floridian is like Main Street USA with that beautiful Victorian elegant feel from that time period, and so it just goes right along with Main Street USA. So I really actually like that it turned out that way, and Michael Eisner is the one who gets a lot of credit for this hotel, but it actually was in the plans. The Grand Floridian was in the plans prior to him coming on as CEO. But he's the one who really pushed it forward and saw the vision through, so he deservingly gets that credit. So it's definitely ushers in an era of accelerated hotel building at Walt Disney World, during which 10 new resorts, hotels have been added to date. The Grand Floridian, located at 4401 Floridian Way, is the third Magic Kingdom monorail resort, as I stated, located, and back then, you know, there was more beach areas because it was the resort and beach resorts. So, you know, we don't have as much beach stuff going on with any of the resorts like they used to. But it's still quite nice, and I love all of the beach areas, especially the Polynesian one. That's perfect for going to watch. I think going to watch the fireworks is a perfect spot, and of course they put the music in, so can't wait for all of that to start happening again, as we know is coming along quite nicely. But the luxurious hotel, the crown jewel, the Walt Disney Resort, is themed in the reminiscent turn of the century Victorian Florida. Also opening in the hotel is Flagler's restaurant, the Park Fair restaurant, Mouse Mercantile shop, Narcoossee restaurant, Victorian Albert's restaurant, and the Grand Floridian Cafe. So some of those haven't stayed, but the Park Fair restaurant isn't currently, you can't go and do the current character dining that it's been all along, but something once that character dining comes back, if you haven't experienced it, there is a really cool like player accordion, like that they have at fairs and so forth, the old-fashioned, and it's up high. You can't see it from one part of the restaurant, but anyway, it still plays sometimes, so something to look for. We actually recently ate in there. My mom and I went to the Grand Floridian Cafe, and instead of seating us in the restaurant, they were doing overflow seating at 1900 Park Fair. So we got to be in there, and it was nice, it was fun, but kind of sad because the buffets are just sitting there all lonely without loads of food on them. So looking forward to all that coming back. But it was fun to be in there and see it all again. So hopefully soon. So an opening dedication ceremony took place, and with celebrities like Burt Reynolds, Loni Anderson cutting the ribbon, along with Michael Eisner and Frank Wells, of course. In 1997, the hotel's name will be changed to the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. So it took that beach out, with a top-of-the-line facility spa and health club, which was added. And we have had the opportunity to enjoy some of that, and it's very, very nice and relaxing and fun. Definitely worth checking out for sure. So, like I said, they were going to do this Asian theme, but then this concept for a Victorian theme came along. And it was based off the Mount Washington Resort in Bretton Woods and the New Hampshire, and then the Hotel del Coronado in Coronado, California. If you go look up those two, it's like crazy. They're very similar to the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, so you can check that out. And then there's a hotel in Florida called the Belleville Biltmore Hotel that they took inspiration from as well. So the resorts has the outlying buildings are actually called or named after islands in the Florida Keys. So Sago Cay, Sugarloaf Key, Conch Key, Boca Chica, and Big Pine Key. So hopefully, I don't know if I said all those right, but those are based off of, it's all Florida themed, of course. So along with the Polynesian Resort, the Grand Floridian sits, like I said, on the shores of the Seven Seas Lagoon. And it's also, like I had mentioned before, with the Polynesian Resort, you can enjoy different points. You can enjoy the fireworks and hear the music with the Grand Floridian, and even with the villas too. So that's really the benefit of staying on the Seven Seas. And I think they had plans for 4, maybe 5 resorts around the Seven Seas. So all of those didn't get realized, and so we just have 3, but they are talking about actually expanding the Grand Floridian at some point. So that should be really, really fun and interesting. And then, of course, one really cool thing that happened is that the Beach Boys actually performed over there. Their video for Kokomo was at the Grand Floridian Resort. So I don't know if everybody knows that, but if you go watch the video, you will see the Grand Floridian in the background. So that's pretty cool Beach Boy fan information right there for sure. And so that actually was in 1988 as well. So really pumping the opening of the resort for sure. There's now a big convention center that they use, and of course you have the wedding pavilion where beautiful, gorgeous weddings, as many of us have seen on TV, take place. So just a wonderful resort and lots of fun to stay there. And I love the different theming of all the resorts, but I'm really grateful that they did this one. I don't know what the Asian theme would have really turned out to be, but I love Thai food, so I don't know, that sounds exciting. But I am very happy with the Grand Floridian, and we have enjoyed holidays there. Easter, we have an Easter video where we go and see the Easter eggs. We've gone and enjoyed the gingerbread houses and the Christmas trees. All the resorts have beautiful Christmas trees, so much to do. Even if you're not staying there, it's worth it to go get a reservation, at the Grand Floridian Cafe, and go get some gingerbread smells at Christmas time or something like that, because they're really fun resorts if you haven't been over there. But yeah, tell me what you guys think of this resort and other resorts along the Seven Seas Lagoon, and if you guys have stayed there, I'd love to hear your stories and experiences. So that's it for this day in Disney. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!